It's for Nintendo Switch Online. I'm going to let Swinny carry this because he loves these updates.
Well, first of all, I don't love this update. I think you're misrepresenting me. There's one game out of these four that I do love. So the new game's being added to Nintendo Switch Online Classic Game Services on the 17th of February. So we've got Doomsday Warrior on the Super Nintendo, Prehistoric Man for the Super Nintendo, Psycho Dream for the Super Nintendo, and Fire and Ice for the NES. So
which one's the one you're looking forward to?
All of them. He loves them all.
Well, Mike, I was just going to end it there. I wasn't going to follow up exactly what I said I was going to say. No, so a little while back, I actually talked to Interguy, and he doesn't remember about Prehistoric Man. It's a game.
I remember.
I don't think it was on the show.
No, but I remember you guys were talking about something offline about it because I remembered the game, and I'm like, oh, Prehistoric Man, that sounds familiar.
But that was just this week when he mentioned it.
No. This was a while ago.
Okay, so Prehistoric Man is actually a game that came out quite late in the Super Nintendo's life cycle. It's actually kind of based off...
Ironically.
There's a game on the PC called...
Nice joke there, Mike. I just got it.
There's a game on the PC called Prehistoric, and that's also by Titus, which Prehistoric Man is made by as well. And I actually love Prehistoric Man, and the reason why...
Oh, wait. I figured out why. Mike.
Wait, what?
He loves it because it's published by Kemco.
Oh.
First of all, I did not know that.
Sure.
I didn't.
Sure.
I knew it was developed by Titus. No, Prehistoric Man, I actually really, really like that game. I think it's a really it's a very unknown game to a lot of people. And that's what I actually like about this. Now, I understand people being annoyed that they're not dropping something like Earthbound or, I'd love them to start adding things like Secret of Mana or Chrono Trigger, but I don't think those ones are going to happen, honestly.
Well, yeah, Earthbound is way more likely.
Yeah. But, so I'm not saying that, it's disappointed that there aren't some big hitters there, but the reason why I actually really like this service is it gets me to try games that I've never played before. And the one that I actually am really keen to try, and it could absolutely suck, and I have no idea, is that Psycho Dream game. It just looks really, really bizarre and just cool to try, so I'm looking forward to it. So that's all it was. I understand why people have been frustrated, but give Prehistoric Man a good shot. It's a little slow at the start, but gets really good. I think it's a fantastic game.
Can I ask you a question? So I played a game that was just called Prehistoric. It wasn't Prehistoric Man or anything like that. That was on PC.
Mike, I just said that before.
Do you listen?
I wasn't, because I was looking the game up.
I just said before it's based on that game. But
that's the game I remember.
But it's very different than that game. That was like a one-screen scrolling platform, like a lot of PC platformers. This is like a proper, And honestly, I think it's one of the best non-Nintendo 2D platformers on the SNES. So.
Okay, sorry, I apologize about that. I was busy looking for the game, and I didn't tune out, but I didn't pay attention to everything you said.
I didn't tune out. I didn't pay attention. This is clearly the worst drop that they've had. I was looking at the wiki article of the various drops that they had for Nintendo Switch Online.
I agree. It is the worst drop.
And I love how much of a contrarian you are, Swinny, that just the general reception for this of everyone is like, oh my God, this is terrible. What's the point of even this drop? And then your reaction, I loved it. It was like, oh, this is awesome.
No, because I love Prehistoric Man. As I said, a lot of people don't even know that game exists. And
I know.
I rented that randomly. I never even seen that in a games magazine in the 90s. I just randomly rented it from a video store and just loved the game. So
I think the thing historically when they've been doing these drops, they have one signature game that many people would even know or has some kind of buzz to it. And this is probably the first time where there's literally no games that have any buzz that I can
tell. Yeah. No, definitely not.
I guess they've got Shin Megami Tensei 2 in Japan. So I guess if you think it from a Japanese perspective, yeah, sure, that's fine. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really baffled by what they're doing with this service. It just seems very strange to me.
It's also so slow. The rollout of this stuff just seems so... honestly, the Virtual Console, even though you had to pay for them, was just way better than this service.
Well, that's what I was going to reference. That I, fired up my Wii U to play Skyward Sword, and I was just looking through all the Virtual Console games. I'm like, whoa, this is crazy! The amount of games you could play on that, it was just freaking awesome. And That is the one thing with the Switch, that they've just done the old school Disney Vault and just locked every game up again. And I guess they're just trying to figure out other ways to extract money out of them. It's very strange to me. And the other one was they haven't rolled off any games from the service, a la Game Pass. That was the other thing I thought was very strange, that they haven't actually taken games off Nintendo Switch Online. They've only added, which is, good for the consumer. But from the start, they said that they were potentially going to do that. And people were nervous about that. So very weird. Very weird. All right, Swinny, this is your excitement.
Yeah,
Games
so
Master